My name's Doug Straton. I'm the Senior Director of the Digital eCommerce Center of Excellence in North America. The current role at Unilever is General Management over a 25-person multifunctional team. And the mission of that team is basically to deliver best practice to the broader organization in and around digital and e-commerce, as well as work on the day-to-day commercial activities surrounding that channel. The key issue that we were looking to solve was what was the actual quality or what was the representation of our brands online across all of our retailers. So we wanted to first understand how do we really look online, and then based on what we found in first audit stage, essentially, how do we want to act upon those? So it's very difficult from a manual perspective if you think about the number of customer teams and the number of retailers to have a good bead on exactly what was happening from an assets perspective. And Clavis provided us with the tool that initially did that. There was a number of other solutions that we considered. It was a relatively short list, but I think the approach that Clavis was taking was very different, and we thought was more specific to what we were trying to achieve, and clearly more focused on the channel that we were trying to learn from and develop a commercial proposition for. In general, we didn't feel very comfortable about our online presence, so what we were trying to solve for once we did initial audits was what were the steps we needed to take to improve that, and then as we were improving it, what other insights could we glean from the Clavis information which would allow us to make better decisions in terms of representation, expand on not just the quantity of assets that we were delivering or filling holes in our representation, but also improving the quality of what we were delivering. So what it demonstrated was we weren't representing ourselves to our shoppers and our consumers in the most robust way, and clearly not in a way that was of most benefit to our brands and their propositions. It initially appeared that it was kind of a one and done. We would use Clavis to harvest the information we needed to, then we would make an evaluation on where we wanted to go with that information. As it turned out, we spotted things that we thought were very interesting, and we thought there's expansions to some of the things that Clavis could be used for. And as we developed that, I think a more natural relationship developed where we really felt that we needed to use Clavis ongoing. What Clavis really started to show us, or what we thought an opportunity would be, is what does category management look online? How do you manage the digital shelf? How did we not so much look, instead of looking inward, we started to look outward. So how can we use the same type of technology to harvest information about competitors and other retailers, and then more broadly help our retailers improve their shelf, and in the process, of course, being thought leaders in the area, we could hope to improve our overall business and drive category growth for Unilever. Currently, we have it deployed in 4 of our centers of excellence worldwide, so Brazil, the United States, UK, and China, and there's a number of, I wouldn't say secondary markets, but other markets where we're deploying the technology as well. I think Clavis is really a must-have. I think you cannot win unless you address the digital shelf. And if you don't have an understanding of either your own products on shelf or your competitors on shelf, you're doomed to lose. It's essentially, it's if you went to a traditional brick and mortar store and your shelf was empty, or your products are on the bottom shelf covered with dust. If you don't really have a handle on what the digital shelf looks like and how you're represented, you might as well not even be on the shelf, and therefore you're not going to be considered, and therefore not purchased. It's an essential tool for everyday business. I also think it is a tool that has strategic ramifications. So I think it's the kind of thing that the further we go in and the more that we learn, the more that we understand that our overall strategy around e-commerce and broader digital needs to really be looked at through a critical lens, and part of that lens really comes through Clavis.